Good morning. It's me. I know I look dusty, busted, tired, and everything else, but girl, it's 6:44 in the morning. It's early. It's early. I've looked worse, honey. It's time to get this cut back down, child, and it don't matter. Anyway, I slept all the day long yesterday. I mean, from the time I finished recording the video I uploaded yesterday, which was probably about 8 o'clock in the morning, to a good 7 p.m. I slept, and then I woke up for a couple hours, but by 11 I was right back asleep. Right back asleep. I feel terrible. My throat is still killing me. It feels like I had both like some sort of a sinus, the grease, some sort of like a sinus related virus or infection, and also a stomach related virus or infection, because I was throwing up last week, and then my throat was hurting at first, and then throwing up, and now my throat is back hurting, and it's not been a good week for me. It has not. Anyway, girl, that's why I'm late with this video, but who cares? Whom? Not me. Let me get the notes for Potomac. Scrolling. Okay. So Giselle and her wife Robin are going to find stuff and things for renovation. They're renovating their new home so they can start their life together with their 5 children and Juan. And so they're talking about how Giselle finally got the house. She got it for $900,000 rather than the cool $1 million, and she's happy about having saved. And okay, I had to take a listen, girl. We having weather. It's either thunder or it's a plane. I think it's thunder, but there's a certain roar that we hear that's a tornado, and the dog was finna scooch back in the house. But anyway, yeah, she got the house for $900,000 rather than $1 million, and so she's gonna renovate. She's gonna add an upstairs. She's gonna this, that, and the other. And Robin is just looking like, wow. She's like, oh my gosh, all these things you're doing, it's amazing. Oh girl, my hair. Today is hair day. It's hair day. So next time you see me, I will either have my hair done or I will have my hair done under a bonnet. The last 2 days I've been so sick that I just haven't even put on my bonnet. And if you know me, you know that that's a problem. I walked into my mama's room yesterday evening, and she was like, oh girl, you don't even have on your bonnet. I was like, girl, look, look, I don't feel good. But anyway, so yeah, Robin is just in awe and also concerned because she doesn't want Giselle to, lose a lot of money thinking that she can handle this. Giselle is talking about how her contractor told her it'll be a 6-month project, and she's going to ride them in and, try to get it down to 4 months. And my mama screamed back at the TV, you want it to be right. Is there a glare? There's a glare. Not a moo glare. I wonder if it's showing up on y'all's end. Probably. A glare. Now I look like I'm blind in one eye. Anyway, girl, I'd be so distracted. Where's the glare coming from? How can I get rid of it? I'll just do the video with my hands up. Oh, it's here. It's this guy. That guy's the glare. What do I do? Can this? Okay. All right. Look at me figuring things out. But yeah, Giselle is like, I'm going to try to get it down to 4. Now, mind you, Robin, who has been working on this 6-month project for, I don't know if hers was estimated 6 months. I think it was she's been saying 10 months the whole season. Now we've gone through a couple months. Surely we've gone through 1 or 2 months since the beginning of the season. We've got to be in a year by now. Anyway, and they just put the toilets in. I'm like, girl, why you call Juan's cousins to put this house together? You knew you didn't have enough money to be hiring contractors. Y'all should have waited, saved a little bit more, and figured it out. Anyway, that's what Giselle and her wife are doing over there. She does in the confessional make some IRS shade that I feel was directed at Karen, because she said that she bought the house, it's hers, and the IRS can't take it. Now that's not true. That's not how the IRS works, sweetie. You can have something, pay for it outright, own it, and owe the IRS money for something else, and they still say, you know what, you have a house. I'm gonna take, thanks so much for my new home. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. People think the only way to lose your house is, default on a loan, or your mortgages and things, be out of whack. That's just not the truth, girl. The government could come in and take your things at any point in time if you are not paid up. It's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Things will never change. Like, girl, the house is mine and the IRS can't. Girl, please. Please, the IRS will knock on your door and say, hey, girls, the keys to the home. Hand them. Give the keys. Give me. And to the car. Beep, beep. Who's got the keys to the Jeep? Girl, Giselle swears she know everything. Since you got your degree, and you know everything. At some point we see a flashback. I don't even remember what it was, but I wrote on my notes, why are we having all these flashbacks? And I am interested to know who is now producing these episodes, because this season has been produced so vastly different. Very, very vastly different than the prior seasons. We're doing flashbacks. We're taking trips, and the way the trip was set up was completely different. Like, everything seems different. Something's different. In the words of Ella Fitzgerald. I always, when I say my brain is like, is it Etta James or Ella Fitzgerald? In the words of Ella Fitzgerald, something different. Something different. What can we do different? When she was getting ready to sing, I think it was How High the Moon. It was either How High the Moon or Mac the Knife. I think it was How High the Moon. Anyway, y'all don't care. Y'all do not care. Anywho, I brushed on my hair in the backwards direction. That's why my forehead looks a little Ashley Darby this morning. I'm sorry. Because my baby hairs, honey, I slicked them back because I know I got a lot going on with this undetangled puff, girl. And I couldn't have, it laying. And then this puff looking like this. I couldn't. I couldn't. Anyway, Katie is having a hoedown. And to the girls who are my age, maybe a little teensy tiny bit older and maybe a little teensy tiny bit younger, you will remember when on Hannah Montana they did the hoedown showdown. Pop it, lock it, polka, dot it, country, fight, then hip hop it, put your hawks in the sky, move side to side. Oh, I'm such a child. Anyway, when I hear hoedown, my brain immediately wants to do the hoedown showdown. It was a bop. Now, I know we have a lot of opinions about Miley Cyrus today. But when she countryfied and then hip-hop the hoedown showdown, we were all, going up for the doll. Don't act like it's new now that she's a grown woman and not on Disney. It's brand new that she's doing country and hip-hop. No, sis has been doing the hoedown showdown for decades now. Why am I defending Miley Cyrus today? Who cares? Anyway, they're having a hoedown, and Robin invites her wife Giselle to Kate, their girlfriend Katie's. I think Katie go with everybody, quiet as a kid. Their little hoedown, and then they spawn into a conversation about whether or not Ashley should be mad at Robin. And I just don't think she should. I don't think Ashley should be mad at anybody, because as my grandmother would say, fair game is fair play. You've been out here acting a fool, carrying on, and doing such with which and so forth for all of these years, all of these seasons. And, we get a new producer, new production, a new, cut, new color, MC Deborah. And now you cannot believe that the tides have turned, the tables have turned. Everybody is just coming at me. Girl, please. Ashley has no room to be angry with anyone, because anything anybody has done to her this season, she has already done prior. Period. But Giselle, for some reason, believes that Ashley should be mad at Robin. And this is when I said, Robin, it's time for you to go on down to your lawyer's office, and sign, file for divorce, sis, because your wife is mistreating you. This is abuse. This is emotional abuse, and you need to get out of this relationship. Period. Nobody with a right mind, a free-thinking, right-minded person, absolutely nobody thinks that Robin is at fault here. Nobody. You don't know Neho. That believes that once Giselle sat down at that table and brought up Ashley Darby's, penis salivating husband, and then passed the mic to Robin, nobody thinks, oh, that's Robin. That Robin. Nobody thinks that. Except for some reason, Giselle and Ashley. And I'm like, why for? It made absolutely no sense. I just didn't understand. I didn't. And Robin even says, now Giselle, sweetness, love of my life, girl, that was you. It was you. And Giselle has the nerve to say, oh, you're not going to throw me in this. What? Excuse me? Pardon? What? What? You're not going to throw me in this? Giselle Louise. I've given her middle name. It's Louise. Giselle Louise Dixon. Giselle Dixon. Sis. What are you talking about? What are you saying? And what are you doing? What are you doing? I had to take it back to 2 years ago when I first started this channel and I used to sing, what are you doing? What? You're not going to throw me in this? Sweetie, you not only stirred the pot, you put the ingredients in the pot and turned on the fire. Like, girl, you the one put the cornbread batter in the pan, didn't even spray no non-stick cooking spray, didn't put down a little butter to keep it from sticking, nothing. You just poured it straight in. It wasn't even a cast iron skillet. You poured it in a little, a glass bowl and put it in the oven and hoped it didn't bubble over, but it did. And then you had the nerve to say, well, this is Robin's kitchen. I'm just a guest. Girl, and you know good and well Robin's kitchen is not renovated enough to make good cornbread. Like, what is going on? You're not going to throw me in this. It's not going to be, everybody hates Giselle. Like, she really tried to spin it. Ooh, Giselle got it. And y'all know I don't prefer to do a whole lot of colorist talk, but Giselle got real light-skinned. There's a thing that light-skinned people who their entire personality is based on them being light-skinned, like Giselle. It's a thing that they do where it's, they do something terrible and then they want to say, well, everybody thinks that it is my fault because, and it's like, girl, no, everybody thinks it's your fault because it's your fault. Everybody wants to hate on me because it's a Tamar type thing. And if you'll notice, Tamar is the light one in the family. There's a thing that the girls do where they act a fool and then everybody just wants to disrespect me. I can't believe I've done it. I'm not ashamed. Well, I'm ashamed, but I'm not above saying that I've been the girl who has, cut the fool and then be like, everybody is picking on me, doggone it. And then I'll have to sit back and be like, maybe I was acting a fool. I don't know. It's a thing that these girls do that I hate so much. And I asked my mama to turn off the TV, but she wouldn't. I was like, girl, turn this off. Put on something else. Let's watch God Friended Me or whatever little shows you be watching. Cut this off. She wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it. Anyway, so Robin has to tell her wife, sis, girl, honey, boo, baby mama, listen, that's not it. Girl, you threw me in the mix. Because what people don't understand, or what Giselle stands don't understand, because most people are free thinking and smart and able to put together context clues and see something and know what's going on. I commend the majority of my subscribers for being able to understand, girl, this is foolishness. Fooling it. But where was I going, girl? I got so busy commending y'all, I lost my point. Girl, I don't know. Anyway, Giselle, Robin was like, girl, it ain't even, it was you. It's you. Tyler Perry. Moving on, girl, I don't care. Candace goes to visit her husband down at his restaurant. Her hat didn't match the outfit. It did not match the outfit at all. I was like, girl, you got all, your copper hair, you got a little tan, something going on with the blah, blah, and the blue. And then your hat, her hat was like a denim blue, but I liked it like a washed out denim. And I was like, no. I see where you were trying to go, but you needed a more neutral hat. And that washed out denim just wasn't it. It was not it. It wasn't it. Anyway, she visits her husband and basically cuts him off while he talking. He trying to tell her, girl, you be acting a fool. You be acting a fool. And Candace would just be like, I'm not acting a fool. And I'm not cutting you off. And then she storms out, girl. And he's like, all of this got to do with your mama. She's like, don't talk about my mama. She's like, girl, like this episode, I had to turn to my mama and say, I really don't want to say that Dorothy may have a point, but Dorothy might have a point. Now, she shouldn't be, bopping her daughter upside the head, and she shouldn't be telling her daughter that she can't have her own brother at her wedding, and, she shouldn't diminish her child, but she very well might have a point with Candace always crying and acting a fool, because it was like, girl, what? little Latin boy in drag, why are you crying? To Wong Fu, thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. Like, what is going on? So anyway, she drives off, honey. I think she told her husband she was gonna run over him, and I was like, oh, y'all need to break up. Y'all got that Robin Giselle relationship. Candace is the Giselle of the relationship, and Chris is the Robin. Christopher Robin. Winnie the Pooh. Oh bother. Oh bother. Oh bother. Yeah, I zoned out, but she cuts Chris smooth out. Anyway, Karen and Ray go motorcycling. It was like looking at my grandparents go motorcycling. My grandfather, I have two. I have my grandfather that raised me. He's actually my step grandfather, but girl, I don't know what that means. He's my grandfather. He took me fishing. He took me here, there, and everywhere. He's been in my life the full 25 years I've lived it. So he's my grandfather, but my mom has a dad. And both of them were motorcyclists. So seeing Karen and Ray is like, is like seeing if either of my grandfather was still riding a motorcycle, what it would be like if my grandma, it was like, girl, this is what my grandma would look like on a motorcycle today at the tender age of 70. At some point, Karen said she was 50 and Ray was 70, and I said, no, that ain't it. Now, I'm not gonna pull out my calculator app, but you're not 50. You're not 50. I just won't allow you to tell the lie. I won't. It's slander. Slander, libel, defamation. Anyway, so they riding the motorcycle, honey. It was a good old time. It was cute. Monique and Ashley go shopping for baby clothes. They're bonding. Monique don't know what she have, and I told her through the screen, it's a boy. Speaking of, Ashley just had her baby, and it also is a boy. So congratulations to Ashley and her husband for finally having this baby. Finally, girl, because I know Candace is just over there, sis is just upset. Have they recorded the, are we close to the end? Have they done the reunion yet? Because, girl, I'm tired. Anyway, but Ashley and Monique are baby shopping and baby clothes shopping, and it's a fun little moment, I guess. They hug, and I'm just like, what y'all beefing? Like, Monique don't care about nothing now that she pregnant. Like, she's just like, whatever, girl. Y'all acting a fool, that's fine. It ain't me. They have a little conversation while they're shopping for the clothes about how it's Robin's fault, and Ashley gets in her confessional saying that, we all know Giselle is messy, but Robin stirred the pot. And I'm like, Robin did not stir the pot. Robin, okay, look. And we all know, I've been saying since I started reviewing this show in season 2, I have been telling y'all, Robin Ross Dressful S. Dixon is my girl. That is my girl. I love Robin down boots forever and ever, amen. I love Robin. She's up there in my faves, I'm really starting to like Karen this season. But Robin, Robin and Karen, they up there at the top for me. And I have to be honest about my fave. She is not very smart. She's not very socially aware, which is why she's always, at the beck and call of her wife, Giselle Louise Bryant Dixon. Graves Bryant Dixon. She didn't stir the pot so much as Giselle put her in a very precarious situation, and she was like, what? Her quick think, her neurons was firing like, what do I do? And her neurons told her to go on and tell what happened. Because if she hadn't said what happened, Ashley would have asked what happened. Giselle brought it up. She said, well, there was a thing that went on, but I wasn't there, so I'm going to pass it to Robin. If Robin would have said, no, like I would have said, Ashley would have been like, well, what happened? Tell me what happened. I have to know what happened. What happened? She would have kept asking and asking and asking. And Robin is not the type of person who will deal with that, well. And so she just went on and answered the question, look, this is what happened. But if we're being honest, we need to be mad at Candace, because Candace is the one that told Robin and Giselle. Now, Robin already knew, but she did not spill that tea. Candace did. So Candace told Giselle. Giselle brought it up at the table and handed it over to Robin, who was not wise enough to say, I'm going to hand this right on back over to you, Giselle. Maybe Candace too. Y'all can talk about it amongst yourselves at this table. But look, Robin is not the one who's going to be able to do that. She's not. And she trusts her wife. You don't want to think that your wife will put you in harm's way, or your husband. You don't want to think these things. But unfortunately, Robin selects life partners that, you know, leave her hanging. They leave her out to dry. Like at the beginning of the season when she was telling Juan, I love you. I love you. And Juan was just like, do. If you'd like to make a call, please hang up and try again. If you need more help, please dial your operator. Do operators still exist? When I was a child, you could just press 0 and it would be like, operator. Now, child, I don't know. I guess you Google things. I'm gonna dial 0 on the house phone, see what happens. Anywho, what I'm gonna do when I get the operator? Can you connect me to, girl? Like, the operator gonna be like, girl, who is it? Hello? I ain't got a call in 15 years. Hello? Oh, I'm all over the place because I don't care. Anyway, girl, after Ashley tells us and everybody else that she mad at Robin for stirring the pot, and then also admitted that she's mad that they stirring her pot and she's not stirring everybody else's pot, we move on. And next thing we see is Robin sitting up in her living room eating some watermelon, and she gets a notification on her phone. She looked and she like, ooh, I'm like, girl, calm down. Y'all know, y'all been talking about this since before time, and they want to get the notification, act like they shocked. The notification was basically the cameraman booty groping thing. It wasn't news to me when it came out. It's not news to me on this episode. Didn't they try to reveal some naked pictures of him at the reunion last year? Like, everybody keep acting like this is just shock and surprise. Just, whoa, oh my God, Michael. You know, everybody is giving Michael. Can you believe? Yes, girl, we can believe there's insurmountable evidence. The evidence is insurmountable. It cannot be surmounted. It can't. It's just, here it is. Boom. Evidence. But, everybody getting the information, honey. Giselle done got it. So Katie and Ashley are out shopping for sombreros and cowboy hats for the hoedown. And Ashley's like, oh, this, you know, she puts on a sombrero. She's like, this isn't really, you know, on theme. And Katie don't care. Katie's just like, yeah, girl, let's whatever. Who cares? Honestly, put on a hat and come to the hoedown. We're gonna have a good time. You know, I'm making brisket. You know, Katie is my favorite this season. Katie, Karen and Robin, Monique, everybody else. Katie, Karen, Robin, and Juan. Because Juan has tickled me this season. He really has tickled me. Whenever I see him, I just be like, that laugh. Anyway, where was I going? Oh yeah, Katie don't give even a piece of a care. But anyway, Ashley gets a phone call from Giselle. Oof, girl, my neurons, they finally like Robin's. Like, girl, I only get a neuron a minute. Can y'all just shoot across my brain and let me think? It's the depression. Anywho, Ashley gets a phone call from Giselle, and it's Giselle saying, hey, I was on TMZ and I got the news. Are you okay? And Ashley like, girl, what news? What's the tea, girl? What's going on? And Giselle is like, oh, like you hadn't heard? Your husband on the blogs, child, grabbing niggas. And Ashley's like, oh, that's all? Oh, girl, please. We went to court. The judge threw it out. It ain't even a thing. Like, don't even worry about it. And I'm trying to figure out why this information had been released without the information that they went to court. That felt like a lie to me. Like, I haven't heard. Now, mind you, I don't keep up with these heifers, especially when they off season. But I still haven't heard via the blogs or via, you know, Beautiful Soul Speaks. Maybe I missed the video, you know, those of y'all that report on the goings on out here in the world. I ain't heard that they went to court. It just felt like she just made that up, but whatever. In the meantime, you know, she tells Giselle, thanks for calling. And Giselle's like, you know, I'm here if you need anything. And I'm like, girl, let's cut it out. Both of y'all, cut it out. Y'all get on my nerves. Like this rat tail probably get on my grandmama nerves. She saw it and she was like, and she just moved on. Like, it's not my first rat tail, girl. I've been wearing rat tails off and on for years. I just get bored, cut my hair and lead a bike. I just lead a bike. Anywho, so Katie and they're just like, girl. Now I think I forgot to mention last episode or the episode before last when they were riding back from Candace's house and Katie was just like, well, is he gay? Like, maybe he gay, girl. Like, he probably just a little gay. You know, we all get, because Katie bisexual, Ashley bisexual. It is not out of the realm of possibilities. She was like, girl, maybe he gay. I don't know. But she was giving that same energy after Giselle called Ashley. She was like, I mean, Look, man, he might just, maybe he gay, I don't, who cares, really? Let me get this cigarette and smoke. Like, Katie don't care. She just be like, girl, whatever, let me smoke a little weed, smoke a little cigarette. Ain't no thing, don't nobody care. Anywho, what else happened, girl? What else? I forgot to tell y'all, Katie's wig was sitting up on top of her head as if it were me. It was not blended, it wasn't laying, it wasn't a what lace type of wig. You know, the girls now be like, what lace? What lace? And shaking her head to carry it out. Katie's wig didn't even have no lace. It was a stocking cap with some tracks glued on it, honey, with a little piece of a closure just thrown up here. Kind of like my Bobby DeBarge wig I threw together for y'all. It was in that same vein, but it wasn't wavy. It was kind of straight with a little, you know, a ancestral bang. It was ancest. It was like, girl, this a wig that my grandmama probably had way back. Her going to church wig back in like the 80s, girl. And she done kept the wig, and Katie found it up in the attic and put it on. Didn't brush it, didn't comb it, didn't give it any attention. She was just like, girl, wig. Here I am, I'm ready to go shopping. Katie just, I love her. I would watch Katie for a solid 30 minutes a day. Just, what's going on Katie's channel? Click. Like, I would sit there and just watch Katie be Katie for 30 minutes a day. I would. She needs to go ahead and get her YouTube channel. Anywho, let's see. At some point, Ashley tells Katie that she thinks that Robin and Tandis set up this whole big information leak about Michael grabbing not the photographer, the cameraman's butt. And it's just like, girl, do you think Robin and Tandis have the forethought or the wherewithal to scheme? To scheme? You think Robin and Tandis are able to scheme? Okay. Look, you have faith in your friends, girl, because I have some friends that I know for sure cannot scheme. I can scheme. And I may ask my friends, hey girls, you want to scheme? And we'll get together and we'll scheme and we'll scam. But I don't think Robin and Tandis too is absorbed in her mama's foolishness. And Robin I don't think she could scheme. Robin has been schemed. Girl, something's flying in here. Did y'all see that? Something flew by the camera? Girl, if it's a mosquito. Robin has been schemed and scammed. So I don't really think that she set you up, girl. Anyway, Tandis goes to Monique's house, and Monique making a bassinet for the baby. Good for her. In the meantime, she's telling Tandis, girl, you're childish. And Tandis is like, I just don't agree. I just don't think so. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not childish. I am a full-grown woman. And everybody looking at the screen like, no, no ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am. You are not a full-grown woman. You are a baby. Cry about it. And Monique gives her reasons and examples, and when you do this, it just makes you seem very childish and this and that. And Tandis is just like, no, I disagree. Like, girl, shut up. You're a child. Like, oh, she gets on my nerves. Anyway, so now she kind of upset-ish. She's on the upset side with Monique. And it's like, girl, Monique was telling you right. We all think you're a child. Every single last one of us think you are a child and incapable of being an adult. Like, girl, you don't have it in you. Which is why I really don't think you have scheming. You can't scheme. You a baby. Babies can't scheme. Well, no, babies are the ultimate scammers. Babies will get you up out of your sleep, talking about they hungry, eat a couple drops of milk and be sleeping at you up. Like, girl, you scam me out of my rest. Scam me out of my money, scam me out of my rest. For what? For you to grow up? Like, just grow up. It's a scam. Human beings are the ultimate scam. You have a baby and then it just grows up. Like, what? Maybe it'll be Beyonce and buy you everything you want to need, but maybe it won't. Like, it's a lottery. You have a baby and you just don't know what it's gonna be, where it's gonna be, why it's gonna be. You have to decide if you're gonna love it if it's ugly. Like, girl, so much goes into having a child. So much. Because you can have a baby and it can be Ashley Darby, and then what you gonna do? You can't abort it. It's here. It's Ashley. What can we do? You just got to live with it. And everybody know that's your baby. It's on TV acting a fool, and you just you just out here like, dang, that's my baby, and it's acting a fool. Like, ooh. And I oop. Anywho, girl, how did I even get here? Anyway, I don't know what I was talking about, but we gonna move on to Katie's hoedown. Katie's home was nice. She's got a lot of land, a lot of room. Do her kids ever come over? I didn't see no playground, no merry-go-round. Like, where the kids stuff? There ain't no pool out there for the children. You know, the kiddie pools and the, you know, above grounds. Girl, where do the kids play? Do they come out? Do they come over at all? Do you visit them? Maybe they play in their mama wigs like I used to do. Girl, I used to throw on my mama's wig, purse, and heels and be out in the neighborhood. Be walking around the neighborhood playing football with my cousins in my mama's heels. She hated it. She'd be like, girl, if you don't take off them heels, those are my good stilettos. My mama short, honey. She wore 6-inch heels. Girl, I'd be out there in them 6-inch heels playing football with my cousins. Oh, the ghetto. I might be Katie. I might be. My mama does call me Katie. Anywho, but y'all cannot. All right, y'all aren't allowed to do it. It's reserved for my mother and my auntie. Just one auntie. The rest of y'all, okay, exclusively. Unless I give you, you know, you can call me. If I give you that, then sure. But if not, K is all we're doing. Okay, we're not familiar. We family, but we're not familiar like that. You can't be walking up on me calling me also. Honey, one of my teachers called me Katie one time, and I was like, who? Who are you talking? We not, girl. Like, you cool and everything. I got an A in your class, but we're not cool enough for you to be calling me Katie. Like, girl, the nerve. Anywho, she heard my mama call me that and she thought it was cute. But what? We had this hoedown, girl. Robin gets there first, and I'm just like, but for the last couple episodes, Robin has arrived first. But at the beginning of the season, y'all was talking about how Robin be so late. She don't even show up sometimes. And I'm just like, girl, what's the truth? Is she late or is she early? Anyway, Robin gets there, and I think Robin and Giselle, right? Because, you know, they married. They rode probably together. And they getting a tour of the, you know, the home and all of this. It's nice. And then everybody else show up. Karen, Monique, Candace, you know, some white women. It was, you know, neighbors. They show up, and everything seems to be going well. We all getting plates. I told myself and others, I'm not sure I would eat at Katie's house just because she doesn't really look kempt. Like, her house wasn't a mess or dirty or raggedy or nothing, but she just don't seem like, she look like she probably peed and don't wash her hands. Maybe she don't flush either. You know, she seems like she's a if it's brown, flush it down. If it's mellow, if it's yellow, let it mellow type of heifer. And maybe she don't flush, maybe she don't wash. I love her down. I love her dearly. We could be friends. She just couldn't touch me. But would I eat some food provided at Katie's house? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Especially we eating outside too. We eating outside on the farm at Katie's house. Would I eat? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I'd probably be like, oh girl, I had a big breakfast. It's still sitting on me. I don't think. But I thank you. I thank you so much. And if maybe they had pops in the can, you get the bottom of your shirt. You get your shirt and you swipe the top of that can and you pop that can and you take a sip. But would I drink out of a cup at Katie's house? I don't think so. I barely drink out of cups in my own house. Like, I don't trust people. I wash my own dishes and I eat from my own. I don't trust even the very people that live in the house with me. I be like, I don't trust it. One time I opened up the drawer and pulled out a fork. It still has spaghetti sauce on it. I had to take all the forks out of the little rack and put them in the sink and wash them, because I'm like, girl, why you ain't look at the stuff before you wash it and put it back? Girl, what is going? That's me. I done snapped. I'm sorry. Girl, I've been on this video for so long. Anyway, at some point everybody start arguing. Ashley addresses, you know, the tea about her husband and basically doesn't address it. Girl, I feel like my nose about to start running. Anyway, she addresses it but doesn't address it, and I don't care. And then who was it? Was it Ashley apologized? No, it was Candace, right? Candace apologized for acting a fool. And Giselle said, well, I thank you so much for the apology, but it needs to be addressed to that side of the table. And it's like she was apologizing to everybody. She wasn't apologizing. She didn't say, Giselle, I'm so sorry. She said, I'm sorry in a general way. And Giselle, oh, well, I appreciate the apology, but girl, you cannot. Oh, she get on my neck. Oh, the grandiose, the sense of self, just, you could tell for her entire existence. They have told her, oh, you so light skinned. Oh, you so pretty. Oh, your hair. Oh, look at you. And it just really has saturated her being. It has saturated her being. And I just hate that for her and for us for having to watch it. I hate it. Candace's ponytail. Now, I know I don't have just a whole lot of room to talk with my puff looking like this, but baby, it's humid, it's raining. I got a lot going on here with me. I don't know what the barometric pressure was when they was recording this episode, but her ponytail gave Alien versus Predator. It was lumpy at the bike. Like, let me find, I took a picture and put it on my on my Twitter. Like, girl, what is going on? Y'all are going to jail, period. Let me try to zoom and get y'all a little clarification. It ain't zooming. Let me move. There you go. That's closer. What is this? What's all of this in the bike? Girl, you got a mushroom cloud just hanging off the back of your head like a nuclear bomb exploded in your head. Like, what is this? Why is the back of your head pregnant? Like, it was so ugly, and my mom was like, she's just trying to cover up tracks. Well, then don't put your hair in a ponytail. Simple. If your hair cannot be sleeked and slicked like Giselle's was, then there's absolutely no reason for you to have a ponytail. Ain't no reason. You could have done the Ashley Darby, you know, two plaits. You could have done down. You could have done half up, half down. You could have given us anything but that. Anything. I was so disturbed and disgusted. Look at my eyebrows. It's time to bleach them again, girl. There's no reason for my eyebrows to be this dark. They just grow out of my face just black. Like, girl. Anyway, I was disturbed. It was Alien versus Predator on the back of her head. And I didn't know who was going to win, the Alien or the Predator. I didn't know. Let's see. Karen told Giselle that she needed to get slapped because you done brought this girl back in this woman's house after she asked her to leave. I said, call it like it is, Karen. Call a thing a thing, beloved. Call these things that are not as though they were the Bible, even though it already was. It wasn't a thing that was not. It was a thing that was. Giselle needed to be slapped. And Giselle was like, slapped? Yes, Alpha, you need to be slapped. You need to be punched. You need to be butter knife waved. Like, if anybody needs to be mad at anybody, it needs to be Giselle first. Everybody needs to be mad at Giselle for acting a fool. Acting a fool and acting like she did not do anything. I absolutely never. Like, I can't imagine. I'm praying for her children. And y'all know I don't like to talk about kids, but I'm praying for her children because her sense of grandiose and her sense of self is far, far more inflated than it needs to be. And her baby daddy, Jamal Bryant's sense of grandiose and sense of self is way, way bigger than it needs to be for his little bitty behind. I just really hope the kids got good genes, you know, got some genes from somewhere else or some sense from somewhere else, because they parents, I feel for you. I feel for those children. They seem like they got good sense. They seem like they went to the Riley Berry School of reality television children. You know, they get their mama together every now and then. But girl, as they grow, as they become adults, I really hope that they have good grounding and good sense. I hope maybe Giselle acts like this only for TV and not in front of them kids. But I can only imagine. Anyway, while they're doing all this arguing, Katie just sitting over there like, I could be in the vortex right now, but no. Like, she's a weirdo, and I love it. The white neighbors was looking like, girl, I just came here for the for the macaroni and cheese. I didn't really look at these nigga gals out here acting a fool like this. Like, they was looking back and forth like, girl, there's so much going on here. Wow. Like, they were outdone. Yeah, basically, girl, that was pretty much it. I forgot to mention that Monique and Tandis kind of had it out for a minute, and Monique threatened to drag Tandis, and you know, they had to go get her. Karen had to kind of pull her to the side, and Monique was like, Karen, move, because I'm finna hit her in the head with this bottle. I was like, ooh. Oh, wait. Y'all done got the girl upset. She was cussing. She said the F word. I was like, oh no, not our saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Spirit Monique that every season has to talk to her pastor about something. Not Monique, Jesus. She done got out of you done let this girl pull you out, girl. And Tandis was like, well, drag me then. Drag me, Monique. I was like, girl, girl, sweetie, you don't look like you can fight. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because if anybody can fight on this show, I think it's probably Monique. And honestly, I think Robin could probably whoop some tail. Now, she would probably be whooping tail on the behalf of her wife, Giselle. But I think Robin could probably take somebody down. Katie probably could too. Katie probably could too. But Tandis don't look like, no ma'am. Don't do that. Don't do that. Ooh, girl, anyway. Tandis got on my nerves so bad this episode. as she has been. She's like I told y'all, she's the reason why I stopped watching last season. Like, girl, I don't want to deal with you. I want to see this. I don't even know why I'm watching this season. I don't know. What's keeping my attention? I don't know. I guess maybe because it's one of the only times out the week I get to just sit and watch TV with my mama. We watch this, we watch Ambitions, we watch Pose, and we watch Queen Sugar. So we do Sunday nights, Tuesday nights, and Wednesday nights. We watch a little TV, and that's pretty much all the time we spend together. That's it. That's all we do in a week. Anyway, girl, if I forgot something, it's because I don't care. I just simply don't. Like, comment, subscribe, all the things the YouTubers say, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.